just to let you guys know, I've started a blog. Um, yes, 2022, the year to start a blog. It's over on my NeoCities. If you go to nothankyou.neocities.org, you'll find it there. It's got an RSS feed and everything. If you use RSS, which you should, read my latest blog post for details on why, and read my latest blog post, which will tell you about why I made a blog. But I'll just go over it in this video a little bit too. So yeah, it's over on my NeoCities. I still have some work left to do on it, although I'm pretty happy with the way the site is now. Any suggestions, like for example, the panel where all the text is too thin. That might be a suggestion that someone might have. Well, that looked cool. Got distracted. That's like, or whatever. Go to my blog. It's cool. I wrote a blog. It's like full of text and stuff. It's not a video. It's a blog. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. So far I've made 3 posts. They're not too long, so don't worry about that. I know people don't like reading on the internet these days, but I think that there's good stuff to be read. It's good stuff to be read. My first post was about sort of my general views on technology. It's sort of 3 parts. Firstly, about free software, then about the good software, like minimalist software, stuff like that. The Unix philosophy, stuff like that. And the third part is sort of a wider look at like technology, permacomputing essentially, and ecologically sustainable technology. Why all of that is important in a larger scale. And none of that should be too surprising for anyone who's watched Clink Deep Ecology or has been following this channel for a while. It probably won't be anything you don't really know, but yeah, there you go. There's a post about technology which sort of sets up what the blog is sort of all based on. Then my second post is called Critique of Solarpunk, and it's just a critique of solarpunk, the genre of fiction slash ideology, really, I guess, like because it's a speculative utopian science fiction genre that people used as sort of a guide on how they should be living, and it's a critique of like, here's why there's some problems with solarpunk as a goal. There's some problems with solarpunk as a predictive tool, as a utopian ideology, etc. So go ahead and read that, especially if you are into solarpunk, because I feel like I like a lot of the same stuff you like. So go ahead and see why I don't like that particular thing, and tell me why I'm wrong. Not on my website has a comment section or anything. It's a static text page, HTML, CSS, and nothing else. But email me if you have any questions or concerns, I suppose. And then my blog post that I just wrote and posted today is called Anarchy Not Decentralization, and it's why the modern web sucks, why the Fediverse and federated services, decentralized stuff. I should have talked more about like Bitcoin or like cryptocurrency, blockchain, NFTs and stuff, because they also are technically decentralized, but not actually dismantling any of the power structures that underlie all of this stuff. I basically argue why the modern web is terrible, social media is terrible, and all of that, and then I'm like, then there's this thing called the Fediverse, which claims to solve all these problems in these particular ways, but it doesn't because of these particular reasons, and here's a better solution. And my better solution that I offer in the end is kind of the small internet, what's called the small internet, which is essentially very lightweight, static websites, personal websites, like my one, for example, nothankyou.neocities.org, where you post your thoughts, blogs. It can be long, it can be short, it can look however you want. You can do whatever you want with it. There's no moderation. You own it, right? You do whatever you want with it, and then that plus other alternative lightweight internet protocols like Gopher and Gemini, which I didn't go into too much detail in that post, but I do intend, that's my next goal for this blog, is to mirror it on Gemini. Or maybe, I don't know if I'll ever move, I don't know if I'll fully move to Gemini, but mirroring it on Gemini is definitely one of my future near goals for the blog, or I guess Gemlog in that case. And like Gemini and Gopher and all of that plus RSS plus email makes the perfect social media network, because everyone hosts their own site, so everyone gets to do whatever they want. RSS aggregates those sites for you, just like a social media feed aggregates sort of posts for you, except you get complete control over your own RSS feed. There's no algorithms, there's no likes, retweets, any of that shit. There's there's none of this weird like brain manipulating addictive behavior, gamifying loops like with likes and retweets and follows and all of that stuff. None of that exists. And then instead of DMs, there's the perfect DM system already exists. It's called email. Everyone already has one, and it works perfectly well. And it's decentralized and blah blah blah. RSS is free and open source, and it's great. It's all good. So yeah, that's the fundamental reason why I made a blog, is because I think that's a good way that the internet should be. People should have their own personal websites. As time goes on and I lose interest in my blog, which will eventually happen, because writing is hard, I suspect that posts will become shorter and shorter, and that's fine. That's completely fine, because Twitter exists, and you can just, there's even a thing called TWT XT, I think, which is supposed to be like a super, super, super minimal microblogging implementation, like protocol. And the idea is that you just have a text file, and you append the text file with new lines, which are your microblog entries, like tweets essentially, but it's just a text file, and then everyone else who can just point their feed at all the text files they want to follow, and it's like a super, super minimal microblogging platform or protocol. I'm not going to do that because I don't really need it, but my blog might end up micro-ish, might end up small, maybe not micro, but small, and that's fine, it's all fine. In fact, it's probably better because people don't read long things on the internet. But I've been getting more into I've been slowly trying to actually use my RSS feed and filling it up with interesting websites and blogs and etc. And that's made me realize how great it is, basically, and just wanted to participate. And yeah, I think you will get something out of it too, because there's always been a niggling guilt in the back of my mind about the fact that I'm doing all of this stuff, saying all of this stuff, creating all of this stuff on YouTube, on YouTube, on YouTube. I'm saying all of this stuff, which is kind of antithetical to the fact that I'm putting it all on YouTube. And I argued I'm just using existing infrastructure, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not like I'm going out there and asking, it's not like Google's paying me or I'm paying them. If anything, I'm costing them money. I'm taking up space and, carving my own niche into an already existing platform. And this YouTube channel isn't going away anytime soon, so don't worry about that. But, on the other hand, it would be nice to have a place. It is nice to have a place that is not reliant on such things. I know NeoCities is another website that I'm just using their service, and maybe eventually if I get my money up enough, if you go ahead and subscribe to patreon.com/nothankyou enough, then I can pay for my own web hosting. But it's backed up on IPFS in case NeoCities ever goes down, so that's nice. NeoCities just lets you do that with a click of a button, which is really cool. So, that's better than my YouTube videos, at least, which will all disappear if Google decides that they suddenly don't like me. Yeah. RSS feed. Go subscribe to my RSS feed. I don't know if I'll link my YouTube videos with my RSS feed, because I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'll do that. I'll decide as time goes on. How much I want to integrate these two things, but everyone from here, I'm happy to go over there, but I'm not sure how much I want people from over there to come over here yet. Because all you guys are cool. All you guys are cool. And so I'm happy to. I know you're cool because look at the sort of fucking videos you watch. I know you're cool. So I'm happy sending you over to my blog. But who knows who the fuck will find my blog? So I don't know if I'm happy sending those guys over here. They might not be cool, you know. Uh, but also some of my still figuring out my writing style. Just to be forewarned, still experimenting a little bit. Um, so and I do not spell check things out of principle because standardized spelling is a pox. It's a curse upon this land. So I don't check my spelling, and I don't check my grammar. I don't even reread and edit my fucking posts. I haven't done it so far. Don't intend to start. They're stream of consciousness, and because that's what I enjoy writing. I don't want to put too much effort into it. It's just a silly blog. Uh, so yeah, next goals, mirror it on Gemini really, but other than that, that's about the end goal. Blog a bit, write about stuff that's interesting to me, and hopefully it'll be interesting to you too. And maybe if you have your own personal website, we could start some sort of web ring, or if you have a web ring of some kind, if you're involved in one, you want to invite me, please do, because that's how it used to work back in the day. Yeah, that's all I had to say really. Blog, it's in the description. It's I'm happy with it. I'm proud of myself. Please read my blog posts. You don't have to read the first one, but the other two are good. I swear.